Welcome to our Getting Started with RB Digital webinar session. I'm Becky Stabbick, Digital Product Manager here at WF House. In today's session, I'm going to go through installing the app and registering for RB Digital. I'll be demonstrating the various menu options, the My Account and Settings section, browsing, and then borrowing and actually enjoying the content available. So the way this session will be conducted is that I will show you an online demonstration of the app on my mobile device. So you can see exactly what the user experience should be to make the most of this RB Digital app, and I'm hoping that you'll all agree at the end of the session that it couldn't be easier to use right now. So if you just bear with me 1 second, I'll make sure that I can get my screen showing. Okie doke. So you can all see my mobile device screen at the minute. The first thing that I would need to do as a new user is visit my App Store. So if you click on the App Store on your device and start typing in RB Digital, as I've actually downloaded the app before it appears in a cloud, otherwise it would be a get icon. So if I click on the cloud, it will begin installing it onto my device. I can click open. I'm going to choose to allow notifications. So first thing I need to do, scroll down and choose my country. And here, if I've already created an account in the past, an RB Digital account, I can type in here my username. So it's the username I chose when I set up with an account. If I'm struggling for any reason, I can actually click Need Help down here and submit my details and details of the actual issue itself, and it will go through to our RB Digital support team email, which we will answer within 24 hours, and we will come back to you with a response. Now, if you don't already have an RB Digital account, then you would need to create one. At the minute, what you would need to do is click the Not a Member Register Now button under Next. What this is changing to is New to RB Digital Register Now, and that change is happening in the next few weeks. So if you click the link to register, you can then choose your country. So I'll choose UK. Choose your library authority. Now, for this instance, what I'm going to choose is our RB Digital trial site. So when this pops up, I'm going to start typing in RB Digital trial. So you can start typing in your library authority and it will appear for you to choose, and then create account. Then type in your library card number. So for this instance, I will type in the number. Then I will create a username. and password. Enter a first name. And an email address. I'm going to accept the terms of service and privacy policy and click register. Now, upon registering, I can choose to save my password or not. Now I'm going to save my password. And now I'm in, I can see by scrolling down all the product offerings that are available to me at my library authority. I can also click to the left here on the menu icon and see the categories down here for me as well. So we can see the books, magazines and comics, entertainment, education and health and wellness categories that are here for me through our RB Digital trial site. The content on here is obviously dependent on what your library authority subscribes to. So what I can do is I can click view all in any of the categories to see the full content range. If I again click on the menu icon, I can scroll down to my account, and in here, the first thing I want to make you aware of is that you can actually click on this button here called Profiles, and in here I can actually create a second account on here. So I can create a brand new account, or if I am, for example, a member of a different library authority, say I live between two boroughs and I have library card access to both boroughs, I can actually also add on my account for the other library on this device. So, for example, if I open up an existing account I have, so I'll go for our internal test site. I can actually use the same username as well if I wanted to for different accounts. And I can choose our internal test site and go with temporary password. So I am now logged in to my other RB Digital account. Now if I click back on the menu icon and go back down to my account and profiles, I can simply toggle between the two accounts that I have. So what I'm going to do now is go back into the account I just created by simply clicking that toggle across. And it has now activated my newly created account profile. So this is also good for if you are using an iPad in your family and you want to toggle between your content and your child's content, or your content and your partner's content. So again, menu icon, going back to my account, and down here we've also got settings. Now if I go into settings, in here you can decide for yourself as a library member whether you only want downloads to happen when you're in Wi-Fi zone, or if you want as well for titles, so books and magazines, to auto download. So as default, it's set to Wi-Fi only, so that it's not using up all of your data. And again, as default, it's set to not auto-download titles. The main reason being for magazines, because of the huge size of some of our magazines, it would take up a lot of memory and devices. So a lot of people would prefer that to be switched off so that it doesn't take up a lot of space on their device. Now, in the settings section as well, we also have a preferences section. Now, in the preferences section, we have audiobook preferences and ebook preferences. It operates the same in each section. So I'll show you what it's like for audiobook preferences. Click on it. And if, for example, you are a big fan of crime and you want to see recommendations of crime audiobooks within RB Digital, you can simply click on crime, click done, and say for ebooks it's exactly the same. You want to only see crime, click done, and then now when you actually click the menu bar and go into recommended, it will show you recommended audiobooks that are in the crime genre. You can add as many genres as you want, or you could just have none at all, and it will populate for you. And at any time within here you want to update your preferences, you can simply do so by clicking Update Preferences, or go back into the menu icon and click on Settings and Preferences in there. Now, the next thing I would like to show you, so we'll come out of here, and what I'll show you now is the browsing functionality. So what I'll do is I'll go into Books initially, and what I would do is go into Audiobooks. So the way that it's set out is within Audiobooks you see the most popular in your library authority, bestsellers across all libraries, newly added in your library authority, and then recommended. As before, it's based on your choice. Now, if you want to browse the content, you can simply click the search icon at the top. It is predictive. So in here, I could search for, say, for example, Dan Brown. Start typing in Dan. And you can see that it comes up with suggestions of either author, narrator there for me, and Dan Brown is an option. If I keep typing, you can see it leaves that there for me, so that I can click on it and it will show me all of the Dan Brown books within this library authority. If I click on Browse again, you can see then that you can actually search by genre, availability and audience as well. So if, for example, I want to search for Sophie, and I want to search for Sophie Kinsella, I'm going to choose I've Got Your Number. So if I click on Sophie Kinsella, I've Got Your Number, it will show me the audiobook, and it will show me the author, the narrator, the genre. I'll have a description of the book, details in terms of duration, for example, the book and the language, and when it was released. And then it will also show me any other books that we recommend based on you choosing I've Got Your Number. You can also listen to a preview. So if I click the play button here on the preview, It will actually play me an interesting segment of the book, not just the start. It will show me, it will play for me an interesting area of the book to gain my attention. If I go back, I can choose to check out immediately on this screen, or like you saw, I can actually click check out here and I can decide to check out for fewer than 21 days or for 21 days. It is an auto return facility, so if after the 21 days I haven't actually returned it to my library authority yet, it will automatically return and go back to the library collection and disappear from my device. The next time I log into the device or open the app, it won't actually be there anymore, but it will remain in my history. So if I move myself onto the menu bar again and then go to ebooks, again, it's the same principle. And so if I click on a book this time round, so if I click on A Small Weeping, you can see the details, the description of the book, and again, you've got recommended books based on me choosing A Small Weeping there. I can also add to wish list as well. And then if I want to check out the book, I can simply click check out. It confirms that it's been checked out. It confirms that it's available for 21 days on my device. You can return it early or you can renew it. If I click read, I can read the book on my device and I can bookmark pages as well. So if, for example, here I got interrupted and stopped reading, I can just click the bookmark icon here and bookmark that page. Similarly, with the audiobooks, if I want to listen to the title, I can click check out, confirm it's checked out, click play. It will automatically start playing the book for me and be downloading in the background. And I can bookmark here as well. So I can play the book and then I can click my bookmark, add bookmarks, and the bookmark is saved. And now when I go into bookmarks here and view bookmarks, it will show me it's at the start of chapter 4. My bookmark has been saved and I can delete it when I want to as well. We also have a sleep timer function and the ability to change the playback speed as well. You can also skip forward and back across chapters or 30 seconds forwards and backwards within a chapter. So when it comes to magazines and comics, we also have a browsing functionality here. So you can click the magnifying glass and you can start typing a magazine. So for example, Hello Magazine. And I can choose to see the current issue. I can see a description of the particular magazine. I can click details about the magazine and I can also view all issues. If I click view all issues, I can see all of the past issues of Hello Magazine since the library has actually subscribed to it. So our library authorities, when they subscribe to a magazine, they are given 12 months of back issues along with the subscription free of charge. So you've already got a well-established collection when the service is initially launched or when a title is initially brought onto the platform for that library authority. So if I decide I actually want to read the magazine, I can simply click check out. It will check out the magazine for me, and then I'm also given the option of automatically checking out the next issue when it becomes available. If I tick this box and OK, that means the next time the next issue of Hello Magazine is available, that will automatically be part of my checked out items in my RB Digital app. So I don't actually have to go in and check it out manually. I can now click read. Magazine will open and I can scroll through and enjoy the content. If I want to go back into the app at any time, I can click close and go back into the app. Now, if you click the menu bar here, the checked out items I was referring to before are all within here. So here's checked out. You click on that icon with a tick and you can see that I've checked out the I've Got Your Number audiobook and it's downloaded. I have the Hello Magazine and it's going through the download at the minute, it's pending. And I also have A Small Weeping that is also fully downloaded. Now, as you can see, we also have comics and entertainment. So if I wanted to add a comic, I can click View All here. Sorry, these are my checked out comics. As you can see, there aren't any in there. If I want to add comics, I can simply click the plus button here and I can see all the comics that are available to me. So if I wanted to search for something in particular, I could click on the magnifying glass here and I could type in, for example, pony, and it will bring up My Little Pony. So if I wanted to view, I don't know, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, I can click that one there. It shows me that this is from the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic series. A description isn't currently available for that, but if there was one, then it would be down here. The checkout period, it does show me it's 30 days, so I can then click checkout. It just takes a few seconds to check out the title. Confirms it's checked out and it confirms that it is available for the next 30 days. I can choose to return it at any point. And also if I click read, I can begin actually reading the comic whilst it's downloading in the background as well. So I can enjoy my comic at my leisure. Once any of these items are fully downloaded, that means that I can then go offline on aeroplane mode and enjoy the content whilst not being connected to the internet. I can close that down. Again, I go into the menu option at the top. I'll go into my checked out items and you can see that the comic is there and again it's pending the download.